Hi, everybody. Thanks for listening. I'm Jenny. I'm a life coach, and today I'm talking about life paths. In another video, I talked about the journey that your soul is here on earth playing out. And today I'm talking about the theme of your journey. Maybe not the journey of your whole life, but at least the little side quests. Okay. Um, you're just gonna have to decide for yourself if this applies broadly or not so broadly, because everyone's journey is different. Um, but your life path is the theme of your journey, or at least one of many journeys. And one common life path is the path of pioneering. This path teaches the lesson of self-reliance and independence, but people on this life path might struggle with impatience, with ego-driven behavior, and with self-centeredness. Another common path is the path of sensitivity. This path teaches the lesson of emotional intelligence, cooperation, and diplomacy, but these people may struggle with oversensitivity, indecisiveness, and manipulation. Another life path you may be on is the path of expression. This path teaches the lesson of creative self expression, communication, and joy, but these people may struggle with superficiality, self consciousness, and criticism. Another common life path is the path of breakthrough. This path teaches the lesson of hard work, of self discipline, and practicality, but these people may struggle with rigidity, obsessing over details, and workaholism. The path of experience teaches the lesson of adaptability, of freedom, of experiencing life fully, but these people may struggle with impulsiveness, lack of focus, and fear of commitment. The path of balance teaches us responsibility, love, and balance, but these people may struggle with being overly controlling, judgmental, or taking on too many responsibilities that are not their own. The path of intelligence teaches the lesson of seeking truth, wisdom, and intellectual depth, but these people may struggle with aloofness, perfectionism, and emotional detachment. The path of empowerment teaches the lesson of personal power, ambition, and material success, but these people may struggle with greed, fear of failure, and an overemphasis on control or status. And the path of letting go teaches lessons of compassion, letting go, and understanding the connectedness of all experiences. But these people may struggle with overgiving, feeling misunderstood, and being overwhelmed by emotions. Okay, so just giving you some ideas to figure out, again, where on the map are you? What lessons is your soul working on right now? Okay, what challenges are part of that lesson that you can start to become aware of and start overcoming? I think a lot of conflict happens when we're on one life path and and we want the other people in our lives to be on that same life path when they might be here to learn other lessons that are in conflict with the lessons that we're trying to learn. Okay, so like if we're here to learn responsibility and we're trying to date someone who is here to experience letting go and impulsivity, okay, that's going to create conflicts. And I think it can be helpful to just start to recognize that person's on a different path than me. They're here to learn different lessons than I am. Okay. And I cannot, as much as I want them to come on this journey with me and be on this path with me, okay, sometimes that's just not what their soul is here to do. As if all of this wasn't enough for our souls to go through, for our poor human bodies to be dragged through by our souls. We also go through different initiation periods every 7 years. Our souls go through a different initiation period. Um, there's some very undeveloped souls that miss the boat on some of these, but for the most part, your soul goes through an initiation period every 7 years. So ages 0 to 7, this initiation takes you from oneness to autonomy. The early years, your focus is on growing independence from your caregivers, and your individuality starts to emerge as you learn to separate from external influences. Ages 7 to 14 is fighting for life. You start to have life challenges like illnesses or other struggles that build resilience and strength. It prepares you for future challenges. It's when you learn how to ground your life force. Ages 14 to 21 are all about emotional turbulence. This is when an intense emotions and instincts drive your self-discovery. Relationships and conflicts at this age shape your early understanding of identity. Okay, now we're getting into most of the YouTube audience. Ages 21 to 28 is about going from play to responsibility. Your talents start to surface. You start exploring career paths and purpose. There's a gradual shift from carefree living to a sense of responsibility. Age 28 to 35 is when your talents are in full bloom. Your physical ambitions peak, your personal ambitions peak. It creates momentum in your life. Um, you focus on career specialization, self-realization, and strengthening your identity. Age 35 to 42 brings crisis and reevaluation. Usually, this is when we face some kind of life crisis that prompts deep reflection and spiritual awakening. Um, that is accurate in my case. There's a transition from material goals to aligning with your soul's purpose. Age 42 to 49 is about soul searching. New directions and creativity emerge, fueled by introspection. There's a shift toward community service and integrating spiritual values. Age 49 to 56 is about vision and mastery. Wisdom and its experience start to guide your alignment with your true purpose. There's a deep sense of self, and your mission starts to really take shape. Age 56 to 63, spiritual reevaluation. You start leading decisions with your intuition. You create stronger spiritual connections. Um, Life crises serve as turning points for deeper soul work. 63 to 70 is about sharing wisdom. It's a time of teaching and guiding others through accumulated knowledge. Your life struggles now serve as lessons for future generations. Age 70 and beyond is about reflection, reflecting on your journey, preparing for transition to new stages, new lifetimes. Your purpose becomes about living in the present and sharing wisdom. So, your homework for today is to think about if you were to write an autobiography, what would be the major milestones in that autobiography? What have been the most important events in your life so far? And just reflect on those in whatever way that you want to. That's everything I have for today, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. Please like, subscribe, comment if you want to. If you want more information, there's links in the description. Thanks so much.